And the first time I came across the work you were doing specifically was at a Thinkers 50 event where you were presenting with Faith. And your presentation, I was just blown away by it. I was like, wow, she's amazing. She's someone I want to get to know. And you were the first person that I ever heard say the term business to robot to consumer. So let's start with that, because that's kind of like the genesis of how I found you and then kind of why we connected. So tell folks a little bit more about the concept of business to robot to consumer. So B2R to C, which obviously was one of the titles, was one of the things I focused on in one of my Forbes articles.
Yeah, so that's exactly, it's just a kind of a term, but a thought of as we were thinking about what is the customer journey of the future going to be, we came up with this notion around B to R to C, which is really business to robot to consumer. And as our homes and as our automobiles and as our workspaces become, more smarter, let's just say, where humans and machines learn to live together. And on top of that, we actually bring robots into our homes. Today, they might be the form of smart speakers and devices. But when you really free yourself up in the future from any screen, and you actually have robots living with you inside the home, or you can just think of smart surfaces as a robot. So, the air that you breathe, your walls, your closets, they all start to become interfaces. And so as marketers, we really need to think about in the future, when you have a holographic doctor who comes to visit you, right? Because you don't want to go to a doctor's office, and they're really not only helping to talk to you about your health and wellness and treat you, but also helping you with nutrition and automatically ordering your groceries for you, potentially preparing your meals. We start to think about how are we going to market to machines in the future as brands and not just people. And at the same time, we have to build human connection and emotional connection with consumers. And we're going to have to do it much more through experiences in the future.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really interesting, paradigm for marketers, for sure. Because, who's going to own the relationship with the consumer? And that gets really interesting really fast.
Yes, absolutely. And again, care bots and care butlers could become the marketers or the retailer of the future. We're still going to obviously buy from retail, but as things become more anticipatory, and we want to have things be more predictive and intuitive, it's just more about we're humans and we really want things to be easier and safer for us in the future.